Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a great week so far. Appreciate all the followers that are supporting the YouTube channel. Um, I'm gonna do another quick channeling from the ancients. They kind of want to explain who they are. From what I've channeled with them, they're a group of consciousness, not of one particular race or anything. They were the ancient original builders, for this Earth, the universe, the galaxy around it. You know, I when I channel them, I see their faces in my third eye, and I can see them. And if you look at the Facebook page, the Ancient Builder race, I posted pictures of pretty much what they look like to me when I see them. Um, you know, they're various. They look bluish gray, large faces. Some are white. Some it's hard to explain what some of them look like. Um, some of them do have elongated heads, like the ancient Egyptians show. They are taskmasters. They are very serious, and from what I gathered before I came here, apparently I am of Pleiadian descent, even though all of us come from many different star seeds, and not just one particular. I've been other star seeds just like everybody else. Our true essences, our souls, and where we venture out from there. Um, isn't our true essence. It's a part of what makes us up. But basically, if you read The Law of One with Ra, which is a very, very complicated material, and I'm still going through with it, Ra does seem to be one of the ancient builders, and yes, it is the Ra from the ancient inscriptions and whatnot. It's very important for them to get their message out, to try to touch everybody's lives and help them. These channelings are definitely 100% authentic. There's a lot of channelers out there that are um, not true, or they channel different entities. So you have to be very careful who you follow and what resonates with you in your solar plexus. If it doesn't seem right or feel right, it's probably not the correct. Um, I'm fairly new at channeling. I've only been channeling them a couple of months. I'm still learning how to channel them. It's not an easy art. No channeler can tell you that. It's a simple process. It's kind of like trying to hear underwater, between images and the thoughts, and setting your ego aside. But I can reassure you guys that my intentions are none other than to be a conduit for the ancients. I don't look to be famous. I guess that's why I do a lot of recordings in my car in the dark. I do have a life. I do not look to be famous or use my real name. I use my soul name, Ano. Um, what's most important here is not me. It's about the message that the ancients need to get out. So it's their platform, their website. I'm just the vehicle on Earth, helping them to get their message out. And they really want everybody to know that you have to get serious about your life, trying to wake up, how you treat people, how you love people. It's not easy being in this world, and their next couple of channelings are going to be, real life strategies to get through life. It's not all this bullcrap of love and light, and everything will be okay. Um, what I can sum it up is, before we come here, we plan our lessons from previous lives that we didn't learn. And it's kind of like a highway. You plan certain events which are toll booths on the highway, and your free will is whatever lane you drive in that highway. Some of us go to the easy pass. Some of us wait in line for that change, or the semi-fast lane of throwing the exact change in, or some of us totally just get off the exit and change everything off the life plan what we had. So there is a balance of free will and lessons that we do set ourselves up to encounter, and that's part of creating your reality here. And they're going to go in depth on why we're here in future channelings. They're going to keep it very simple and basic and not convolute or anything. I think I stole some of their thunder by talking a little bit too much. But I do hope you guys do put comments down on the YouTube channel or on the webpage, the Ancient Builder Race. Please leave questions that you want them to answer so they can answer. But they don't know everything. Nobody knows anything. And it's impossible if anybody tells you they do. Because if everybody knew everything, everything would be perfect. They're learning from us just as much as we're learning from them. Just like with any other entity. Even Prime Creator himself is learning right now. That's why he spawned out. Or it. Alright guys, so let me try to channel a little and keep it brief because I know I rattled on, so just give me a minute. We have many topics that we want to talk about in the near future. We use many light workers as conduits to get our messages out in the world. It's important that we get as many people awakened at this time so they can accomplish their mission. Like we said before, our name is not important. We are called the Ancient Builder Race, the Centennials, the Guardians. Those names do not matter. Those names are used for many other entities as well. We are the prime creators of this galaxy. We are a bubble of the bubble of the bubble of the bubble of Prime Creator. Prime Creator is a central force that started everything. It is everything. Prime Creator created creators to go out and create. And that's what we mean by the analogy of the bubble of the bubble of the bubble. An endless creation of bubbles of creation. We are many different forms, energy, dimensions, wavelengths, different forms of light. It is hard to use words for your comprehension to describe how we work. On the other side of the veil, there are many different vibrations where words aren't used. Sound waves, shapes, colors, dimensions. We are urgently asking everyone to stand in their own power, and we call upon the teachers to go forth and set forth a teach-learn experience. For we are not only teach and learning, but we are learning and teaching as well. As our conduit has said before, we are observing much on our side. We observe, we debate, we talk about things that are unfolding and how they should unfold and where to go here Next, the evolution of the souls through the third dimension is not as simple as it seems. When you add in the free will, anything can happen. And with the laws that were set up in this sector, free will allows that. That's how we learn. If there was no contrast, or opposite, or dark, or even light, to balance out the force of the energy, one cannot evolve, things cannot evolve, they would become stagnant. So even though things that seem chaos or falling apart actually is the process of balancing the light. Even if there's too much light, there will be balance of the dark to balance it out. That's how you keep evolving. If all was just in the dark or all was just in the light, then nothing would progress. And we are not saying the dark is bad and the light is good. They're just on the other end of the spectrums of each other, different viewpoints, different contrasts, different ways of getting things done. There's so-called, as your people call them, the Anunnaki, which isn't just a specific race. It is just a term of all that came from above. Their viewpoints on how evolution should occur differs from others. Pleiadians, Anunnaki, reptilians. No one race is either bad or good. Just like in your hierarchies of Earth, you have some that are good and some that are bad. We are all just learning. But the original intention of this sector must come back. It must be what it was intended for. There is many DNA programs on this planet that are a combination from other sectors. That's what it is fought over. To get those codes, to get the DNA, so they can use that information in other sectors. This one, right now, you would call it an experimental laboratory, where much is allowed. But many rules have been not broken, but bent. You all came here for a purpose. You cannot remember it. The purpose of life is the combination, the melding, the seamless of the soul and the body, as it was in the old times of Atlantis and Lemuria and other civilizations on this planet, where the soul embodied in a 3D form and could remember its origins. It was raided. Things were changed. Things were set up. Earth is like a school now for the soul to learn. And learning must happen. For if you knew how powerful you were and the energy you control, you would be amazed. And that's what we will use our conduit for, as a living example of energy manipulation and how to control it. We leave you now. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for listening. I wish everybody much love. And please, if you have any questions, leave them on the Facebook page, The Ancient Builder Race, or on this YouTube channel. And we will be sure to answer them. Well, I won't answer them. They will answer them. I'll just be the vehicle for them. But I will also give my opinion on such topics. Alright? Everybody have a great week.